Good afternoon. Ian Maddox, Richard Hitchcock, Hitchcock Maddox Financial Partners. We continue our series, the HMFP Community Q&A. This week, we have a question from right here in our neighborhood. Alex in Trussville says, what is more important, paying down debt or saving for retirement, or can you do both at the same time? Alex, that's a great question. Please watch your mailbox for the Starbucks gift card we promised. This is a subject that has been addressed many times. We as advisors have been asked this question many times. I'm going to defer to Richard to start us out. Richard, what is your opinion of this subject?
Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Alex, for asking the question. This is a question that's asked me many times over the last decade or so. The question is debt. First off, what is debt? Debt is the ability for us to acquire assets that we don't have the money for, or to leverage the amount of assets that we have to buy more things than we could with the assets that we have. So the question comes down to debt. What kind of debt do we have? Do we have good debt? Do we have bad debt? What would be bad debt? Bad debt might be something with a high interest rate. Or more particularly, it might be debt that goes down in value faster than you can pay it off. So that's bad debt. Good debt might be a house that you're saving towards, or that you're investing in, or other kinds of things where the value is going up. The interest rates are low. This is good debt. Then the question comes, do I have bad debt and good debt, or do I want to put that same amount of money over into the investments instead of even paying off that at all? We've been asked that many times. What are the other things we tell?
Yeah, that's a perfect segue. And I think a practical answer, and there is no perfect answer. I think every circumstance for every client is different. But I would say from a practical standpoint, we see circumstances where people are setting aside a good portion of their income into, let's say, a corporate retirement plan, a 401k or a 403b, and yet they're carrying substantial high interest credit card debt, and they don't have a lot of money set aside for emergencies. So what does that mean? If you have an emergency, where do you go? The credit card, which just compounds the issue of high interest. So I guess my answer is kind of middle of the road. I get it, good debt, bad debt, the ability to pay down or to save for the future. We do not discount the power of compound interest, but I would say as a practical answer to anybody hearing this video, if you are holding substantial credit card debt at high interest rates, if you do not have any emergency money, I would encourage you to scale back the amount of money you're setting aside for the future, at least temporarily, just temporarily, that's the important caveat, to get those two things in order. Pay down that high interest debt, because you're not going to make, if you have 18% interest, you're certainly not going to earn that on your 401k. Get that taken care of, get a little bit of cash set aside, then immediately take that same cash flow and plug it into the future. That's our answer for today. Thanks again for the submission, Alex. We appreciate it. You guys send the questions to us. Click the button below. Respond to this on social media. You can also email us directly, info@hmfp.us. Ian and Richard, Hitchcock Maddox Financial Partners. See you again soon.